Cricket has been good, which adds to the spice, which adds to the excitement.
Yeah, it really does, and there's no doubt we have the best two teams here in the final. Let's see how they got here through the playoffs. Certainly different ways in which they got here. The Sudurpachim Royals, I thought they were very, very comfortable victors in the reverse of it was first v second. It says they only won with 9 balls to spare. HD, they did it easier than that.
They did, and the thing that's been impressive for me about the Royals is that they've got different people winning games for them, which is the reason why they're here. In that match, it was Binod Bandari with his unbeaten 50. He'd got a couple of starts, but in that occasion, he took them over the line. So for me, that's why they've been the pick of the sides, because they've got different players winning games for them at different times. Whereas on the flip side, I'm sure we'll get there, the Bolts maybe are a bit over-reliant on one particular player.
Yeah, certainly, there's no doubt about that. This was the way
the Bolts squeezed in, barely, to use Ian Smith's words, by the barest of margins. It really doesn't do it justice, a 2-wicket win. They needed 18 runs, I think, when Neesham was denied. In fact, he was 23, wasn't it, when he was dismissed. Without Neesham's innings, they wouldn't be here.
No, they wouldn't. When he walked to the wicket, I thought the game was over and he had to play an innings of real class, which he did. They needed 8, 9 and over. Just before he got out, he had managed to get that net run rate.
The run rate that was required to under 6. They needed 5 points something to win everything. Then when he got out, well, what do you call them? The cardiac kids? Panic set in, and it just added to the drama.
Yeah, we're used to seeing the cardiac kids as the Nepal national team are known. That's what they're called. But for Sudurpachim, I think they're favourites coming into today. With them, it's kind of death by 1,000 cuts, isn't it? They're the stronger side, but this is a grand final. Anything could happen.
And not only are their local players brilliantly led by Dipendra Singh Airi, we know Binod Bandari, but for me a critical player here in the latter parts of this has been Harmeet Singh with his left arm spin. Economy rate of under 4, the Bolts are going to have to play him perfectly.
Well, I'll tell you something, with it being a grand final, we have got every single dignitary and celebrity you can imagine, so we've got plenty to get through. Let's get straight out to the pitch report. That's going to be with Manali Patel.
It's finally final day here at the NPL, and let's talk conditions. Sunny skies as expected, about 17 degrees, expected to get to a high of 18 and stay there for the entire game. Let's talk boundary sizes. East to west, we have 62, 63, 64 behind me, and 65 meters to the left of me. When we look at this surface, well, it's dry, it's fairly hard as well. Very little moisture and almost no cracks. So what does this tell us? It's about to be a belter of a pitch. And we're expecting runs about 160, 170 plus. And the conditions aren't going to change much throughout this game. So whether you bat first, you bowl first, it should not make a difference as long as you do it right with the bat. The bowlers, well, they got to try and find some wickets here because it really does look like a proper batting track.
Yeah, it's been very even, the balance between sides winning. Batting first or sides chasing. HD, what's your gut in a grand final? Do you bat first and get the runs on the board?
Well, for that reason alone, Lenny, whoever loses the toss, I don't think it's too much of a problem. I'd like to bat first in a final, to be honest, put the runs on the board. This is the best pitch that we've had all competition, pitch number 6. So I am expecting a really good game. And kudos to the curator and his ground staff. I mean, they've done an incredible job considering how much little time they've had between fixtures.
Yeah, they've been nothing short of exceptional. The absolute unsung heroes, without doubt. Okay, let's get out for the all-important toss. It was Mikhail Vaswani out there for that. Let's see what happened.
Namaste Nepal. Final ko josh kasto cha. Tayar hunna huncha. We are all set for the toss for the one final time in the Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League powered by Encel. And I have the star cast to my left for the ultimate showdown. And standing alongside them is the ultimate silverware as well, that incredible piece of silverware with our lovely 2 mascots as well. To begin with, to my immediate left, the captain of the Sudurpachim Royals, Dipendra Singh Airi. Captain of the Janakpur Balls, Asil Sheikh. And to adjudicate the flip of the coin, match referee Mr. Manu Nair. Home side Sudurpachim Royals, Dipendra for the one last time in NPL Season 1. Give that a flip.
Hey,
Heads is the call?
Heads is the call by balls. Sudurpachim Royals, Dipendra Singh Airi, you win the toss. What have you decided and why?
Batting first, the pitch, the area ali राम्रो छ, so त्यही भएर batting first.
I didn't hear that because of the loud cheer. You're batting first, I hear.
Yeah.
Right. What do you make of this atmosphere, this occasion? You're one match away from history.
एकदमै राम्रो सपोर्ट छ र अब लास्ट एउटा म्याच छ एउटा म्याच अब 100% दिएर आफूले ट्रफी जित्ने छ त्यही नै हो
Right, you've been in a very good run of form. You've had 2 outings against them. You won both. Have you all discussed this in the dugout?
त्यस्तो हामीले प्लानिङ चाहिँ गरेको छौँ र त्यही अनुसारले खेलिरहेछौँ one match by एक म्याचमा खेलिरहेछौँ सो त्यही भएर त्यही प्लानिङ छ अब हेरौँ
Right, now that you're batting first, what's the runs you're looking to score first up?
I think 160 plus.
And what about your playing 11 for this big final?
Same team.
All the very best, Dipender. One match away from history. Give it your best.
Thank you.
Asif, what would you have done had you won the toss?
We were looking to bat first as well, but it's okay. It gets better in the second inning as we have played a lot of matches in the TU. So anything below 170 will be a good score to chase.
What do you make of this atmosphere, this vibe, how big an occasion it is? You're one step away from history.
I mean, looking at this crowd, it's always motivates us to play under them. And like we're going to play as best we can.
Right, now that they're batting first, what do you think is a safe score over here to restrict them?
As I said, I mean anything below 170 would be a good score to chase.
What about your playing 11?
We are unchanged.
All the very best.
Thank you.
There you have it. The news from the center is that in the big final, Sudurpachim Royals have won the toss and they'll be batting first.
Tends to be the way to go, doesn't it? In a grand final, you win the toss, you want to get those runs on the board. Both sides unchanged. Brandon McMullen has constantly promised that he's going to play that big innings. Is today going to be the day? Dipender Singh is in the mix for the player of the tournament, and Harmeet Singh is being more economical than any other bowler. That's for the Royals. What about the Bolts, HD?
Yeah, let's not forget that we got Rashbanji sitting on 16 wickets. He's level with Scott Kugelheim. Someone's going to take away the pick of the bowlers of this tournament. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes to a spinner.
Yeah, and I'll tell you something more. I have absolutely no doubt that the player of the tournament will be decided today. That's how close the running is. So many good performances by so many good players. There is no doubt about that. I want to thank HD Ackerman, not just for today, but through all this tournament. We've got the national anthem coming up in a few moments. Let's get up to the commentary box.
Thank you very much, Andrew and HD. The moment we've all been waiting for has finally arrived. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the championship final of the Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League, powered by NCL. It's the Sudurpachim Royals taking on the Janakpur Bolts. And look at that for a turnout today as well. It's a packed house once again. And just as we speak about the fans, it's the grand entry of the teams that will be cheered for. 2 teams have risen to the top, each driven by an unrelenting desire to claim the ultimate prize. And we all gather here for the one last time in NPL Season 1 to witness the culmination of months of dedication, perseverance and passion. 17 days of pulsating, exciting and entertaining cricket, which has witnessed 31 matches, and it now boils down to the epic clash, the Judgment Day and the ultimate showdown, Hamro Jeet, with that incredible piece of silverware as the 2 teams walk out to line up for the national anthem. The Tribhuvan University International Cricket Stadium is a cauldron of noise, a kaleidoscope of color, and a sea of frenzied fans. And we are all set for a very, very special moment as well. The air is electric and the excitement is infectious. And I request each one of you all to rise up for the national anthem. energy is contagious, the enthusiasm is unwavering, and the creativity is off the charts as well. This is cricket fandom at its finest. We are all set for the ultimate showdown, and just the right time to introduce and welcome my co-commentator as well. Sitting alongside me, Monali Patel. A very good afternoon, Monali.
Thank you so much, Mikhail, and a very good afternoon to you as well. It all boils down to this moment right here. The Nepal Premier League season number 1 has been trending in tools and hardware. Sudurpachim Royals especially more consistent, but the Bulls, they look to try and upset the Royals today. The history not really on their side, as they've lost 2 games to the Royals in the past, and they want to try and change things around today. It's the Sudurpachim Royals who won the toss today, and they chose to have a bat first.
Yes, and you'd want to believe this is a good toss to win. What a player he's been for the side. Tugaline, Janakpur Bulls have not had the greatest of outings in their last couple of games, but they'll want to erase all of that. And that's what they'll be keen to do, is put up a very fine effort. You can still see a lot of people coming in. The stadium is filled to capacity by the fans here, and we're coming to you live for the one last time in Season 1 from the Tribhuvan University International Cricket Stadium. Look at that. NPL Season 1 is more than just a game. It's a celebration of life, of passion, and of Nepal fans. Every boundary, every wicket, and every run is met with a deafening roar. These fans are living their best lives at the moment, Monali.
Yeah, most definitely are. And that man on screen, Jimmy Neesham, he has been a star performer, especially with the bat for the Bulls, and he will be required today, you would assume. And something tells me the fans, we talk about them, we talk about their support, and they're really going to miss the Nepal Premier League after today. They'll have to wait a whole year for it to come back.
I was just speaking to a couple of fans, and they did tell me, sir, we don't know what to do after this. But I'll tell you what, this man's been in the thick of things. Started off as a middle order bat. He's got a 50 to his credit. One of the few batters, 4 batters for Sudurpachim Royals to register the 50 in this tournament. 90 against the Lumbini Lions, but the strike rate very impressive as an opening batter, 130. Very dangerous left-handed batter, and the senior pro, 34-year-old Vinod Bhandari, fresh from a 50 in that last game. How well has he got into the groove for the Sudurpachim Royals? A couple of 30s, a best of 58 against the Janakpur Bulls in qualifier 1. Walked away with the player of the match. And this is a very strong, formidable opening pair for the Royals.
And that's what makes them so lethal, the Royals. The consistency up at the top. For the Bulls, it's going to be Harsh Tucker to start things off. A best of 5 for 23. He's picked up 11 wickets. He's been impressive. The young'un from Canada. I'm sure the nerves are coming into play. It's a big game. The crowd's roaring. Here we go. It's time for the action to start.
Play is the call. And here we are for the ultimate showdown. Yeah, immediate runs here. Full ball. Off the mark is Zeb. And so are the Royals as well. With a single down to long off. Wow. This is really, really incredible atmosphere we're witnessing at the TU Stadium.
Incredible atmosphere. You said it was infectious, and yes, it absolutely is, but it also brings a bit of nerves into the players. A lot of eyes on them. And something tells me the team that holds their nerves the best is going to come out on top of this today.
Indeed, deep square leg and a long gone. 2 fielders in the deep for the off spinner. Yeah, he means business. He goes over the infield, clears it as well. We'll get a couple of runs. And look at the chants and cheers in the stadium as well. It's a boisterous crowd, and the boys in yellow have incredible support here.
Intentions made very clear. And we talk about intent. There it is, a bit tossed up, and he's throwing his bat at it, Vinod Bhandari. He didn't have the most control on it, but he's off the mark, and it's signs of things to come.
No protection in the deep on the offside. This time goes with a big heave, and he'll go the distance as well. In only the third delivery of the innings, the Royals get a maximum. That's the Siddharth Bank 6, and Binod Bhandari is making intentions very clear.
Just a bit too full this time from Harsh Thakur. It allows Binod Bhandari to get down on that one knee. And that's the first Siddhartha Bank maximum. Had Mohsin in the deep, but he picked the gap perfectly.
This one straighter. And protection in the deep there, long gone, has been kept busy for a while. But that's a very good approach and great execution as well of plans over here by the Royals. Winning the toss, batting first, the message is clear, Monali.
Yeah, I like what I just see there. Quick communication between the two batters. They want to make sure that they still hold it together. It's 10 runs off the first 4 deliveries.
Quick single towards Miran. Wonderful running, good calling. And I reckon the discussion was about that. We've got the runs on the board, Zeb. I'm going after the off spinner. You just play it around.
And communication key. We've seen so many runouts throughout the NPL. You want to make sure you communicate with your batting partner out in the middle. But it clearly seems that Binod Bhandari is going to be the aggressor here.
This one's right out of the screws and into the side screen as well. What a start by the Royals. And Binod Bhandari is breathing fire with the bat. They accumulate 17 in the first over.
Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hobs they possess your way of quality living.
अब सिद्धार्थ बैंकको कार्ड प्रयोग गरी खरिद गर्दा मोबाइल बैंकिङबाट टप अप गर्दा रिवार्ड पोइन्ट अर्न गर्नुहोस् सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट छ सिद्धार्थ बैंक सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं
Himal Dental Hospital, the perfect junction where experience, expertise and excellence meets technology. We are 24 hours open.
Target, but Macmillan, Dipendra, Ishan, Arif, Harmeet. It's a never-ending batting lineup for a side that has won the toss and decided to bat first in a big final. And what a start they've had. Rollicking, 17 for no loss, 2 6s in the last over. Harsh Thakur